Got car parts for me, brother.
Sure.
Perfect, man.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Motor mounts showed up today. They are a little short, so we're going to have to build them out from the block to the frame. I think how we're going to get this done is CAD, and not the computer kind. We're talking about the good old cardboard. If you or somebody you know would be interested in some free posters, I'll post them here. All you have to do, like, comment, subscribe. I'll do a random drawing for each one and ship them out. So hopefully you enjoy it.
What's up, guys? We are back in the shop for part 3 of the build series. This is a rookie attempt at making custom motor mounts. Enjoy all the pain, all the frustration, and some of the minor success.
Now, the manufactured motor mounts stick out about yay far, somewhere in there. Have the bushing so this won't be rigid mounted like my last rat rod. Hopefully it cuts down on a little bit of vibration. We're going to build towers, if you will, quarter inch thick steel from here out to where the bolt hole would go through. And in an effort to draw pretty pictures, again, here is our motor mount. Something like so. What we need, again, is a tower to come down here like that. Ultimately, this is going to be the start of 0. I'm going to measure out to the center of this bolt hole, and then I'll also need the distance from here to the block just to make sure that this ends up correct. I have my handy dandy marker and stuff on my hand already. Let's get started.
Thought process here is make myself a cardboard template before it comes time to cut into 1/4 inch thick steel. I've only got 4 pieces of this 1/4 inch plate, so really have to make sure that these templates are going to get me at least in the ballpark. I can do all the fine tuning with the grinder. And as I'm sure you can tell, I'm the measure 9 times kind of guy. Cut hopefully once. Doesn't always work out that way, but I am a very visual type of person, so if it's on paper, can usually make it happen. Now, something that I did really want to go for here was a large, beefy looking, kind of chunky motor mount. The 1/4 inch plate was perfect, but from the front, from the side, from the back, I really want it to look like it has some meat to it and just give off that, I don't know, tough looking appearance.
Towers are up. Obviously, this motor mount will be flipped around to match up to the bolt holes, but I had to get my distance right in between. Now, I think where we go from here is marking one out, drilling the hole, sending the pipe through, obviously marking the other one out, sending it through, welding them up, and then I have to decide forward, backward, left, right, up, down, all that good stuff with the engine in the air. If any of you have been following along, you can probably tell I don't have the biggest shop. It's like 20 by 20 with, I don't know, 14 by 10 on the back. Floor's unlevel, which is why I basically had to grow a new hernia to get the engine out over the lip. I have a ton of stuff because I went from a really big shop to this tiny shop. And now I have to kind of jockey stuff around to be able to work on things. Now, one thing I discovered, I don't know, a week or two ago was the belt for my drill press was making a little bit of a knocking noise. Hopefully it has better longevity than the last one. I think this one's probably been on this since I stole it from my dad. As I'm also sure you can tell, I have copious amounts of headroom inside the shop. And it makes working on things super easy. Especially when you're as tall as I am. Just somewhere around, I don't know, 6'2", between 6'2" and 6'4", depending on what boots I'm wearing. Okay, that's on. Now to run my extension cord, because I only have 3 outlets. Have electric, hooked up, no water, no anything fancy. Actually, I think earlier in this video, you might have been able to see the portable toilet when I was moving the engine around or trying to dig it out from back here. I haven't had to use it yet, but when the day comes, I'm going to either be thankful or real upset. Now, this is clearly not an ideal setup, but you make do with what you have, even if it is a little inconvenient. Now, before we go any further, I do have to make sure I mark these out down here on the frame rail. Oh, looks like I might have made a hash mark already. When I take these apart, I don't want these to then be guesswork forward, backward compared to the other side when it comes time to lift this engine up and put these back down and tack them in place. So, a couple hash marks right here and right here. I can undo that clamp, throw one over the drill press, get the hole drilled, hole saw through one, go through the next. Should be good to go. The problem with trying to space out multiple holes here is I don't know where my motor mount is going to land. I think it's actually going to land probably closer to up here. So if I try and do a symmetrical 1, 2, 3, I'm going to have 2 holes in line and 1 hole off to the side. I think I would kind of like to just have 1 hole going through here. When you look at it, it's going to end up looking kind of, I don't know, chunky or industrial. Maybe like it came off a piece of ag equipment or something similar to that. That might be off a little bit there, guy. It's okay. I don't mind. I feel like I'm constantly unboxing things. And it would be more exciting if this was like Christmas when I was a kid, when I didn't know what I was getting. But instead, this time I'm like, ooh, look. Aw, I had to pay for that. And I clearly went with the high dollar Warrior set from Harbor Freight. Owner's manual and safety instructions filed away. Well, one big old pop, and she was done. Damn it. A moment of silence for the old Bauer. Yeah, that's enough. That thing sucked anyway. Good news is, Got the holes drilled. I don't remember where the other one is for this side. Here's both for the driver's side. Got the frame rails cleaned up. Should be about ready to take that old elevator and lift the engine. I spared everybody the sound of me heavy breathing to be able to slide this around. But if you'd like to see something pretty cool, it's a 1931 Barrett Craven hand crank elevator. This thing has pulled more engines, set the body down on the first Rat Rod build. This thing has done some freaking work. I spent $50 on this a handful of years ago. It had a tire changer, the manual, bead breaker, tire changer here on the forks. It was clamped down to the bottom rails. My brother-in-law actually helped me get this and get it home, and been using the daylights out of it ever since. There is one problem though. This cross member here, it's not welded in, but that has to come out and probably slip somewhere down in front of the engine to hold the frame rails open. Otherwise, they will collapse and mess up the distance for our motor mounts and our towers here. So, one little snag. Otherwise, we just keep using old beastie. In the process of pushing elevator into frame rails, we've hit another snag. I was able to flip this bar clamp around and spread the frame. That's good. The problem is the bottom rails for this elevator hit the wheels or the casters on the engine stand. Now, these forks are directly in line, straight down with these bottom rails, so I don't have any overhang to grab a hold of this engine. My plan is to slide floor jack underneath with a chunk of 2x4, raise engine up, take casters out, leave floor jack, engine suspended, should be able to get these bottom rails past. Oh boy, I don't know. Okay, in an effort to do some quick math here, I still don't think that's going to work. So, I don't really know where to go from here, but it might be time to pause this for tonight. I'm kind of hungry. And there's a frozen pizza at home calling my name. Welcome back from the interlude. I'm kind of blind. I've been staring at all of my bright LED lights, trying to spray carb cleaner to knock out some wasps. So that's awesome. I can't see what I'm looking at. Also, picked up my floor jack that was outside. Sweet crotch shot. It was wet, so now it looks like I pissed myself. And oh, right. Still don't know what I'm going to do about how to lift the engine. Yeah, it's going super well. Also discovered have a mouse's mice out here. So the neighbor's cat just may go missing, and his new home will be under the tool cart.
Now, in my head, this was going to be an easy process. Jack the back end of the engine up, slide the elevator forward, hook the chain up, lift the engine, drop the stand out from underneath. It did not work out that way. This took forever compared to how I was thinking this was going to go. Now, here on the elevator, just to show you have a high gear, a low gear, and a clutch brake. So there is a lot of opportunity for either go to town in that high gear, lift this thing up as fast as you can. Low gear takes forever to get anything up or down, and that brake is very touchy, either letting the weight off or locking it in.
This is not the sketchiest thing I've ever done, but this is probably at least a top 3. Landscaping 3x3, 2x3, whatever it is, underneath for basically rear posts. Got a block underneath the front, set the engine down with a little help from my friend, a little trusty Daytona jack. We've got the measurements good on our motor mounts. I need to cut a little chunk of pipe to go through here. Got one on the other side right now, just sitting in the hole. Looks good. Super fancy. Overall, pretty happy with the way these are going to look. Not bad for a couple chunks of 1/4 inch steel the other day. I think this is going to actually look pretty cool when it's all said and done. This is like the first motor mount I've ever actually made. I think the other ones, I think the ones on the Studebaker, I used the stock ones and just built off of them. So, yeah, all in all, first try, not too shabby. I think the next step would be to finish motor mounts, make sure that rear cross member stays in so we don't have that flex on the frame. And I don't know, maybe to the body. We'll see. But I'm calling motor mounts good for tonight. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Catch you on the next one.